Coming to you from that once-forgotten artery that pulses through the center of the continental United States and into the heart of the Ozarks, Grace Matthews. Looking in from the northern border, our Canadian friend, along with his countrymen feeling the effects of U.S. political issues, Connor Murphy.
Welcome to Dueling Dialogues, episode 227. I'm Connor Murphy here with Grace Matthews and the Hammer in Springfield, Missouri. Hi, you two.
Hello.
Hi.
Hey, what's going on?
Not much. Summer is returning this week, I believe.
I think it's left off, so.
Yeah, I know how quickly the fall has shown up.
Yeah, for sure. But politics go on.
That they do.
In the election year, it's getting awfully fun, right?
You bet.
That's kind of what we live for here. But before we get to some politics, there's some good news. Astrazeneca has completed the phase 3 clinical trials for the COVID vaccine.
Okay. That's
the third company. So President Trump is probably going to get that October surprise.
Oh,
One
nice.
of these companies are going to be completed. Originally I had heard it was going to be Astrazeneca. But the other two companies are pretty close too, so we'll see. President Trump says, thanks to the efforts of Operation Warp Speed, we remain on track to deliver a vaccine very rapidly in record time. We love the way our president repeats himself. But I like the name. I didn't know there was Operation Warp Speed was the operation to get a vaccine for COVID-19.
There you go.
So I like it, and
Stole it from Star Trek.
Yeah.
Probably so.
No, that's what they were always in. Warp speed is when
That's
they really
true.
kicked it up to high gear, was warp speed.
There you go.
And Scotty would say the engines couldn't take no more.
Can't take it anymore, Captain.
Negative meaning, wasn't he?
It was. They think the engines, they can't take it no more.
Yeah.
So, as we got another operation.
Oh,
Operation Legend.
legend.
Yeah,
Okay.
I got into some of the White House files today, okay?
Ah,
And, I don't know why I'm surprised, but that nobody's reporting on some of this. I mean, even Fox,
oh,
even some of the more conservative newspapers and stuff.
well, it wouldn't be the first time we are first in reporting something, though.
No, it's not. No, we're small, but we're powerful.
Yeah. Good
Okay.
digging.
Operation Legend is a surging federal law enforcement to cities plagued by violence. They send them in. They don't wait for approval by the mayors and the governors. They don't need to because they're the feds, and they're using their own database of criminals to go and arrest criminals. Imagine that.
Wow.
Imagine really arresting criminals.
Wow.
Okay, the first city that we have statistics from is Kansas City, Missouri. They arrested 1,000 thugs in the database, and the murder rate was reduced by 33%.
Wow.
They're already operating in Chicago and other places. I'm going to try to keep watching so we can get these numbers, because I don't think we can depend on NBC, CBS, and Fox to report this.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. Good to know.
Yeah. So it's good to know that some way, somehow, we're not just abandoning the arrests of criminals.
I saw the president's speech yesterday on, I think it was Facebook. I ran across it, and he was saying just pick up the phone, give him a call, and he'll send them in. So, meaning the National Guard, I believe. But
Yeah.
I don't know.
Sounds good. So,
Yeah, speaking of which, I heard that U-Haul named Bill de Blasio the salesman of the month.
I bet. Because everybody's leaving New York.
You bet.
Manhattan. That's a great one, though.
Yeah, it is.
I bet they have.
And true.
Yeah, very true. Very true. It's like they said that the best gun salesman was Barack Obama, because every time something would happen, he'd start talking about gun control. People start buying them like crazy.
Well, I don't know how far the truth goes in the Canadian media, but I've seen stories saying that gun sales have jumped to 78% or something recently.
Oh my gosh, that's a lot.
That's not here. That's you guys.
Easy.
Oh yeah, they think that Biden has even half a chance of winning. He will now become the greatest gun salesman of all time.
I don't
He will
doubt it.
unseat Obama even if he didn't win, because they'll be afraid
Yeah.
he's going to win. And they're less afraid of him than perhaps his vice president, who will become president, Kamala, if he gets elected, because he won't make it 4 years.
Yeah, that's even scarier.
I don't mean
think.
death, I just mean dementia. So, yeah, that is scary. And another thing that's scary is, we need to gain control of Congress. That's going to be hard, but it's possible we could lose control of the Senate.
Oh.
10 Senate seats are likely to flip. The number one is Alabama could go. They don't expect the Democrat Doug Jones to win, so they're expecting that to go to the Republicans. But for example, Colorado, they expect Republican Cory Gardner to lose. That would be a big loss. Arizona, they're expecting Senator Martha McSally to lose.
Wow.
These are big time people for Trump. North Carolina Republican Senator Tom Tillis. Maine, longtime Senator Susan Collins, who's always played a little bit in the middle. She sometimes votes with the Democrats. Beloved Iowa Senator Joni Ernst, the former pig farmer. She talks about birthing pigs. That's always what I think about when I think of her. Georgia Senator David Perdue.
Wow.
Been beloved by the party. Montana Senator, Republican Senator Steve Daines. And this is the real shocker. Number 9, Senator Lindsey Graham from South Carolina.
Whoa.
And then one more Democrat, though. There's only 2 Democrats in this. And this is from Michigan, Gary Peters.
Okay.
Now you're talking about major shakeup.
Wow.
And losing the Senate can be just about as scary as losing the White House at this point. If the Republicans lose both, because I don't see a pathway for them to gain the Congress.
No, nothing will get done. Nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, and if it does, it's going to be scary. So, we need to watch out for that. Now, who needs enemies when they have friends, right?
You're right.
Well, word has it from former friend and former advisor. I always love that. We're not friends now, so I'm going to tell everything I know, and it may or may not be exaggerated. Nevertheless, Winston Walkoff, it's a woman, says Melania is working with prosecutors over alleged 2017 inauguration fraud. Now you go, well, okay, why did your friend decided to tell that all of a sudden?
What is inauguration fraud? I have no idea.
I guess they misappropriated money in the inauguration or something.
She bought a purse or something?
Being accused? Maybe so. She brought
Gucci.
She brought a Gucci to, carry her lipstick in to the inauguration. I don't know. But
wow.
I think there's a little bit of an ulterior motive here, and that's the fact that Winston's book comes out today.
Oh, there you go.
The title is Melania and Me.
Oh, how sweet.
Wow. Okay.
I love those kind of friends. Okay. The violence is not stopping. You know, you can call it what you want, but it's not protest. It's riots. Last week, several Republicans were becoming harassed when they left the White House and convention centers following, you know, the activities of the evenings for the Republican convention. Ron Paul and his wife were being seriously threatened. They'd have police escort to keep them safe as they went to their transportation.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, it's getting mad, and you got to wonder about the rhetoric that has come from the left. You know, Hillary Clinton, Kamala Harris are both on tape encouraging people take the streets in protest. Maxine Waters, we know she's had lots of, where she pretty much incites even stronger violence.
Wow.
Kamala claimed that this will never go away.
Wow.
And she said it shouldn't.
The Hitler
now, how do you
youth
say it shouldn't? Exactly.
The Hitler youth of 2020.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Sounds like fun over there.
That's true, but here is proof positive that a little law and order helps. Okay?
Okay.
President Trump, quoting here, says, "When I signed the executive order and it said 10 years in prison, if you knock down a statue or a monument, it stopped. No statues or monuments were knocked down."
True, I guess.
Since.
I haven't heard of any. It's going to stop.
You know, I haven't. And again, this is something that hasn't really been reported. That his executive order, I mean, when you have consequences for something you do wrong, it actually works a lot of times.
Right.
In fact, most of the time. This is proof positive.
There you go. I still think the odd thing is going on in Canada like that, so I don't know.
What's that?
Destruction of statues.
Is it?
Yeah, I believe there was a head cut off, Sir John A. Macdonald or something like that. Trudeau stepped up and said that's not cool, but nobody listens to him.
Yeah, who listens to Trudeau these days?
Nobody.
Trudeau doesn't even listen to Trudeau.
Yeah, exactly. You know, well, we do have some news from Canada, though. Canadian Progressive Conservative Party selected a new leader. That's Toronto Member of Parliament Erin O'Toole. So if he becomes Prime Minister of Canada in the next election, we'll be swapping out one tool, Justin Trudeau, for an old tool.
That's a good one.
It is.
Will they have a special election this fall, or is that been
Things are
determined?
kind of, I don't know, shaping up that way. I don't know. Someone said the government ordered a whack of pencils, and usually if they're ordering pencils, there's an election planned.
You know, it's
Do they have
sometimes
erasers? That's what I want.
Yeah,
Are they like the golf pencils that don't?
yeah, exactly.
sometimes the best information is subtle little information like that.
Yeah, so I believe just you know that the lot of his party has kind of gotten sick of him, and I think so is the opposition. And I believe as soon as Parliament sessions resume, I think that we'll have a non-confidence vote, and they'll throw us into another election.
Wow. Well, we'll be twins.
Yes, exactly. We'll line up again.
I think that it's, how often do you all vote for president or
4 years.
prime minister?
4 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. We will be watching for that.
Okay.
Okay. In a very strange move and a concerning move, Yahoo Finance has started monitoring George Soros. George Soros' financial moves, like what stock he buys, what he sells, what he's doing. George Soros has been some very negative money behind communistic, socialistic causes.
Oh,
He
yeah.
is basically what my dad used to call a card-carrying communist.
Yeah, you were
He makes
correct
no
there.
bones about it, but to treat him in a way that they have always treated Warren Buffett
Right.
scares me. It scares me.
Well, wonder if there's a hidden agenda there somewhere.
I don't know.
What's the reason
there
they're
just has to
following?
be.
Yeah.
Right, Yahoo Finance, which I get the alerts on my phone. But I just did it for stock alerts. But recently, they are increasingly showing signs of a left agenda.
Oh, pretty much like the rest of them.
Yeah, except this has really sort of been going even further left. Does that make sense?
Right.
And in fact, I think I told the Hammer a few weeks ago, I'm going to cut that off my phone, those alerts.
Right.
I didn't. And I started seeing this, and that concerns me.
Absolutely.
I don't want to glorify George Soros. I think that is negative, and I think it is a sign of all the problems we have in this country right now.
Right.
Just saying. That's my opinion.
Yeah, I can see it.
Okay, the stimulus may be back on. Okay.
Is Nancy caving?
I can't tell who's caving, okay? I read, and they are $500 billion closer to one another, the Republicans and the Democrats. So,
Is that all?
yeah, and so that leaves them about $2 trillion apart, but they are getting closer, okay?
Holy
$2
smoke.
trillion.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
$2 trillion closer. I mean, still
Yeah.
far away. I still believe that both parties need this to happen before the election.
Oh, absolutely.
If it happens too close to the election, it helps the Republicans. So she's better off to get it done now.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about that in past episodes as well.
Yeah.
I can't see what good it's doing the Democratic Party holding off on a stimulus.
Yeah, I don't either. And as much as I'm not saying we should do it as far as the economy goes,
Right.
but as far as the election goes, you damn well better do it.
It's all about bailing out the states. That's what she wants.
Yeah, she
That's
won.
where all
Yeah,
the
that's what
money
she's holding
is
out.
going to the
And they were a
states.
mess before.
Exactly. But
And
that's
if they
what
were-
she's trying
yeah.
to bail them
And if
out so
she's
they'll
so-
vote Democrat.
Well, and if she's so all fire sure they're going to win, why didn't she just do it after the
Maybe
election?
she's not so all fired sure.
Well, word has it, she's a little worried that Biden should not debate Trump.
Oh, she's come out and said that.
Yeah. She said that they should not legitimize him by debating. He's elected president. What does she mean? She shouldn't legitimize him.
Wow.
I mean, the voters already legitimized him and named him president of the United States.
Wow. The hate and the ugly goes straight to the bone with that one.
Okay, and just in, Nancy has violated quarantine and lockdown rules in San Francisco. Now, in San Francisco, hair salons have still not opened, but guess who was caught on tape today having her hair blown out at a salon that was closed?
Ah. Wow.
Nancy Pelosi.
Well, Nancy was she eating some of her ice cream with it?
I saw her walking across the floor with the cape on, and her hair went out.
Wow.
Just saying. Anyway, Trump really wants sports background, especially college sports. He spoke personally to Kevin Warren today from the Big Ten, the Big Ten commissioner, that is. Sports or no sports, Trump says it'd be good for everyone. How would we do it? When would we do it? And is it going to happen? What do you think there, Hammer?
Well, I did hear something on the sports show last night that they are trying to figure out a way to do football games in some of the domes and try to make them like a bubble event, like the NBA and the hockey has done. To where?
How do you do that with the students that need to go to class? They would do online learning?
I'm sure there's a way that.
Yeah.
They just think that apparently the NCAA, if they do not have this money coming in from the sports, from the television,
right,
for football and for basketball, Mike Krzyzewski even said that the NCAA will be done. They will be irrelevant, gone, and that there will be a new sanction.
Then you've got athletes getting paid and all sorts of things because the NCAA.
Berserk, so
yeah, all the rules would change. So it'd be like a domino effect.
Right, and then would the college athletes be like a farm system for the pros, or what would happen?
It'd be like AAA baseball.
Yep, they would be like the minor leagues.
Okay, I get it.
And it could really get out of hand here quickly if some of these situations don't get cleared up and quickly.
Wow.
Okay.
It's all about money.
I mean, it's about money. I mean, colleges, let's face it, we call them learning institutions, but they're businesses.
Right.
You know? I mean, and that's what it's become. You know? Okay, on our show, we always like to, bring up cases where we believe that free speech might be threatened. In Springfield, Missouri, where we live, where a lot of our listeners live, Jock Radio Station is a station that mostly has sports talk.
Okay.
They do have a couple of other things on there.
But mostly sports talk, and they try to do a lot. They really try to do a lot of the local.
Exactly. But, it's called Jock Radio. Okay? Right there, I'm surprised they can still call it Jock Radio. Okay? But that really shows you that this is mostly males listen to the station. It is, it's a little chauvinistic by nature. Doesn't bother me a bit. But on his show, Nate Lucas said something, and nobody, even the local newspaper, cannot find a tape of what he said that was derogatory or seemingly derogatory about Kamala Harris. And they have taken him off of the air for at least a week. We're not sure if he's going to get his job back.
Wow.
He also said that he wished or did not like the idea that athletes at Missouri State University last week, along with their coaches, marched through campus for Black Lives Matters. He thought that was a dangerous position for the college to take, the university. That maybe that wasn't a good idea, and a lot of people are upset with him about that. Of course, this radio station is a private company. They can dictate what people say, but each of these companies are going further and further into the rights of people to have a free voice. So we're always concerned about that here.
Yeah, I can see why. Too many snowflakes these days.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, if you're not if you have an opinion about something and it's not what's status quo at that time or what's hot
or politically
correct,
you can be toasted.
Yeah, they will come down on you.
Yeah, you can tell we're married. I finish the sentence sometimes. I try not to do that on here, but I do it sometimes. I apologize. It's a hard habit to break. Okay, Dish TV. Dish ditched sports and some news channels like One America about a year ago. fact, it was right about Super Bowl time, if I remember correctly.
Oh, yeah.
Because we had to pay for another service to get the Super Bowl.
Oh,
Well,
wow.
no deal has been made.
Huh.
Okay? And according to Scripps, the company that is fighting with them over news, he says they have no reason to sign the deal. Dish doesn't, because people are already in their contracts. They don't get to reduce their monthly fee because they dropped some of the channels.
Wow.
So if you sort of reason that out in your head, he's got a good point. He also said that Dish claimed that they increased the price for these services by 250%. Said that's a lie. Every other service in the country has these channels except for Dish. There was no 250% increase, and they are considering and preparing to take action, like slanderous action, against Dish for this statement, because it is absolutely, unequivocally not true.
Right.
So if you have that like we do, you are going to have to at least take out something like YouTube Premium to see your sports shows.
Unreal.
I don't know if you
Wow.
House One America. I think they do. But I'll check into that.
Do they have contracts? Like when you get their service, do you have to sign a contract? Because to me, that would be breach of contract if all of a sudden they drop sports channels.
Well, that's what everybody thought. But apparently the FCC has said no. Because that's one of the complaint Scripps has. If you signed up and they have sports channels and One America or whatever news they had, and they dropped it, that is a breach of contract for any other business in the country.
Wow.
But so far, no. But I guarantee you, some attorney will take this before the Supreme Court, and it won't stand up.
Oh, I'd have to agree there.
Yeah, and we don't always agree, but life's the journey, and we're all in this together. Stay safe out there. Godspeed, Connor, and Godspeed to all of our listeners out there.
Godspeed, Grace, and the Hammer there. You guys have a great weekend, and thanks for listening, everyone.
You bet. See you later. Bye now.
Bye.